This is Elitom El-amin and Athena Starseed. And we call this our Star Body Band as we bring in the pranic energy to take part in more into instrument playing, singing, everyday way of life, which will bring a higher frequency, so it's going to come out a whole total different package. So again, I invite you or introduce you to Athena Starseed. Ta-da!
I just want to tell everybody how much I love this man right here. He's amazing. My life has completely changed, and I'm sure you love him too. All the Facebook fans and all the YouTube fans and all the Instagram fans and all the fans around the world. It's amazing being in the presence of a master, someone who's mastered their physical body, their emotional body, their mental body, and cultivates their soul body. And so today, we were so fortunate to go see Amaji, the Hugging Saint.
Oh man, that was awesome.
And we sang the Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu because it was about not only cultivating our own life force for self-realization, but they talked about praying for humanity. And every time Elitom does his Qigong, he has us make energy balls and put our family, our friends, and our loved ones inside the ball. And then we send it up to the universe. And Amaji was asking all of us to, yes, search out for self-realization, but also pray for humanity on a daily basis. And she gave us the Loka Samasta. So I'm going to sing that for you before Elitom speaks. And it really means may all beings be happy and blessed and free. So Bhakti is devotional music, and if you know the song, please sing with us.
All right.
I've been crying all day. You're going to make me cry again? My heart's been opening.
Oh man.
Elitom says, you have to let the light do its work. You can't race to food freedom. You have to let the light start healing you. And then when you heal your emotional body, the food falls away. Sugi no Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sugi no Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be joyful and sing. Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. See everybody liberated. May all beings everywhere be joyful and free. Oh, Loka Samasta. Oh, Loka Samasta. Oh, Loka Samasta. Oh, Loka Samasta. Imagine your body filled with light, Taking 9 deep cosmic breaths. Filling your consciousness with peace and love and generosity and compassion. Open your third eye and see me in light. Open your third eye. It's your birthright.
Namaste, peace. Slowly rub your hands together. Make a nice ball. All this energy all around us. And we'll do it again. Send it up to the universe on what it gave to us. Every time we change ourselves, we change the world. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This energy is all around us. You just have to become aware and recognize it. Changing the consensus reality. Here from California. This is powerful. So dealing with the Breatharian knowledge, when a person here that you can live without eating physical food, they immediately want to stop eating, go on fasting. But it's a lot more than that. You've been experiencing that. Big time. It's a totality of a holistic lifestyle. And when people hear that word holistic, they don't know what it means. We've been playing with it, but just because you eat a salad don't make you a holistic person. But it's everything about your life, because everything we do is energetic. You see energy, you hear energy, all your daily duties in life. So therefore, you need more energy to carry out these assignments, but you need them balanced out, harmonized, good, easy flow with no blockages. And that's what we call being in tune. Uh-oh. So Feng Shui, we're going to talk about Breatharian Feng Shui. And Feng Shui is a Chinese word that means wind and water. Now I got the 5 elements, but they use wind and water because those are the most fluid of the two. Some woman asked me today about physical food, and she said, well, what about liquids? Well, what is a liquid? A liquid is basically a solid without form. The molecules are spinning faster. That's all. So we got to start looking at things for what they really are on another type of perception. So as we start transforming ourselves, there was a time, okay, they attacked the food-free movement, but then they start going up to the liquids, and then when they start losing that battle, they start going to the water. So that shows you we're making progress. But again, when you develop yourself in a holistic lifestyle, purging yourself slowly, putting a new program into the organism, it will be able to feed off and nourish itself off the more subtle forces. But now we're going to get into that thing, Feng Shui. You heard that before, right? Oh, man. And it's, totality, let's see what it is. Did you want to read?
Well, I
All right.
You can say it.
I'll do it. I could say it, but I want to read the definition to them so they won't say I just pulled it out of thin air somewhere. So Feng Shui, it is an art. Now listen at this, just like painting, a painter, or you playing with your musical instruments. It's an art of arranging buildings, objects, space, and life to achieve harmony and balance. So we went to see Amma, the hugging saint today. That's basically she was doing in different villages. She had them clean up the villages to bring another energy flow within them. That brings forth more prosperity. People was happy. We like to say your external goes on what's happening inside you. But this is the other part of it. You can change the external to change what's inside you. It goes hand in hand. There ain't no in between. So it's just like when you do spring cleaning on a house. You come out of a winter time. When you clean a house, the energy feels different. Your thinking feels different, all of this. It brings out clogs. So there's a thing that a cousin of mine said to me, and it was dealing with racism in this neighborhood. And one person said, well, ain't nobody messing with us. He said there's an environmental racism. Did that make sense? An environmental racism. In other words, there's products and poster boards in this neighborhood that's not in the other one. So it influences the mind. Uh-oh. So it affects the people. Same thing. So therefore, when we got that in mind, you have to be diligent on a breatharian path, not only to work what's inside of you, but also work what's going on outside of you. Is this making sense?
100%.
100%.
Which is why, like the art, if you notice there's art all over the temple that points to the internal expression of your meditation.
Exactly. And it reminds you. You could be rushing. By you changing the environment, there's reminders on what you should be doing. Reminders to keep cultivating the energy. That's how you want it. So when I say make your life into a retreat, when I was coming up on a breatharian path, I made sure to buy water fountains to have in my house because I was living in an urban. Right. Plants all over the place to remind me who I was. I just didn't have liquor glasses all over the place and ashtrays. No. I had to... right. To help me with my expression. And this is what we have to do. So diligent work internally and externally as you're on a breatharian path. So it's just like they say in Alcoholics Anonymous and drug addicts. There's some things they could go to a rehab, and it could be something that remind them in an external environment to make them backslide. So being on a food thing, you really got trouble. Food is everywhere. Poster boards, commercials, radios, all of this stuff. So you really got to work diligent. And it ain't got nothing to do with you eating apples no more. Because you still, everybody around you, family get-togethers. So that's why this is a process, and we must get out of that instant gratification. Because even the cells go through a process. I got to keep bringing that up so people can know this is called the great work, the great transformation. We is in the mother's womb for a certain amount of time. A butterfly, when it turns into, well, a caterpillar before it turns into a butterfly, stayed in there a certain amount of time to be worked on. And I got to bring this up because people still, they're getting better at it now since we've been teaching more and more. But the process is a true process. It ain't putting tape on your mouth right away so you can feng shui yourself. Going more into the subtle energies. So now listen at this. This is an art. So just like Breatharianism, your life is an art. It is. You get a new job tomorrow, you can move. That's if you're in a situation. You can go in a new relationship or quit one. You do it all the time.
Right.
It's an art to try to better yourself. Now, there's an assumption that the world is driven by unseen forces. That's why the Chinese came up with Feng Shui. They saying that the world is ran by unseen forces.
Nassim Haram. The vacuum is not empty.
The vacuum is not empty.
It's got stuff in it. We don't know what it is, but it's an influence.
Right. And now we know, since we live in the electromagnetic spectrum, even though we got physical matter all around us, there's more unseen forces that's touching us and affecting us right now that we don't even see. So you got to deal with Feng Shui, whether you're ignorant to it or not. And just by cleaning your atmosphere, it brings more prosperity to you, better health, all of this stuff, because it's affecting you. So this again, being on the Breatharian path takes self-knowledge. You're going to get knowledgeable. Ain't no stupid Breatharians. How could you be? You got to be a genius. This is a thinking man's game, or a thinking woman.
Right, because the mucoid plaquing in the colon and the intestines is the same mucoid plaquing in the brain.
Right.
And so you have slower cognitive function and uptake of data.
And they already saying what? Your intestine is your second brain. So therefore it got what? DMT in there, neurons in the 40%. They go hand in hand. So if you're sitting up there with a messed up gut, you ain't got no good gut feeling. So you got to be smart. You got to be thinking.
And so that will throw your intuition off as well.
Your intuition, all of that.
Wow.
That's why people go, I pray for you, don't pray for me. I'm looking at their gut. No offense, but we got to go there. And now listen at this. Then they say it's the idea behind it is to unfold the ways of the forces flow so they can flow freely. Hold on, I got to read my... And create balance in a space or in your life. So the idea is to create a balance with these forces as they are unseen. You don't see them, but you don't need to see them. But remember when we go back and said that your physical body is the gateway to the invisible? Well, so is this curtain you were just playing. The air is coming through there, you don't see it. But it's designed to work with it, to get a flow, to create music. That's why our bodies create music. It's blocked up, it's going to create a different sound than when it's not clogged up. We got to go there.
That's good.
Right.
That's good.
So going back to this in the beginning where it says, this is art to arrange buildings and objects. This is an object. This is a building. We call it our house.
A temple.
It's a temple. But see, we play with these words, but you got to take it. You got to take it seriously. This is my temple. I don't want you cursing around it.
Or smoking around it.
Smoking around it.
Or drinking around it.
I want you to respect it. It deserves it. It's the temple.
It's a temple.
So, so you have to take your body and your mind and arrange it a certain way so it could get a bigger energy influx. That's why the clothes you wear mean something.
Right.
There's some clothes that bring better flow of energy to the body. You don't wear no tight clothes no more. I'm a breather and everything all tightened up wearing polyester. I gotta go there. It's a holistic lifestyle.
The whole thing.
Oh man.
It's important, and I want to just bring this up, is today we were at Amma's, and I found out 2 of my friends died.
Right.
Unnecessarily of cancer.
Unnecessarily.
Which is an unconscious suicide.
Right.
Because it's preventable if we keep our temple clean. And a lot of people are just uneducated. They don't know how to clean their temple. That's why your message is so important. And that's why I'm getting behind this message, because it is a holistic message. And anybody with a temple, like a body, anybody with a body can benefit.
Could benefit from it.
Can save their life.
Right.
Can save their life.
Could save your life. So you won't die prematurely.
We don't want people to die prematurely.
And we got a crisis right now where there's premature preventative diseases. That means everybody is on the brink of dying prematurely through lack of ignorance. Don't understand Feng Shui.
Right, right.
Don't understand the invisible forces that's fluid, that's affecting us, and you can rearrange them to go into better health.
I don't know anything more important than that.
And you don't know nothing else more important.
Because if you want to be spiritual, like Maslow's hierarchy,
right,
you have to take care of the foundation first, which is this. This is, like you said, the interface with this dimension. And if
right.
we don't have this, how can we meditate and think the higher thoughts?
Right. You ain't even thinking no higher thoughts. That's why I ain't fooled by it. Remember the man we was talking to today? He said, and after you eat, you feel bad. Now, he probably was in his 50s or 60s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He ain't say might. He said you do.
Right.
So we might as well stop playing games now. Well, I feel good. I can do it. No, you don't. I'm looking at people straight in the face. No, you don't feel good. You start adding up at a certain lifespan, and you keep doing that same habit, you ain't got me fooled no more. Now, what it is an addiction that you trapped in. We understand that.
Right.
That's what we're here to help. But we ain't going for that no more. You act like it's comfortable. No,
Right.
That's lack of ignorance.
Right. You feel tired.
Tired.
Drained. And some people don't know the difference between if they're empty because they feel sad, or when they feel full if they feel happy. So they just shove food in there to
Right.
compensate for their emotions.
Right.
We've been conditioned that way.
We've been conditioned that way. That's what we're dealing with. Serious addiction. Now look at this. Feng Shui energy. Now listen at this.
Okay.
This comes right out of the dictionary. Qi, and that's the Chinese word for energy that we're talking about. Prana, life force, I don't care what word you use. Is the term for the universal energy. Now here we go. That's the term we're using. So medical science today is using life force energy. And the rules ain't changed. The rules are still the same. So the energy that permeates everything around us. So we know that for those who's been in this game. Those who's new, there's an energy that permeates everything around us, that's going through us, around us, and we live in it. This isn't no far-fetched thing. It could be measured on many different levels. So this applies to the energy inside of your body as well. The energy inside and outside, also from man-made structures. See, not only they say we got an electromagnetic field around us and around all other animals, but also things that we see as inanimate. This got an electromagnetic field around it.
Right. Everything.
All objects.
Everything.
So the way you rearrange them affects you.
And I want to say this, when you fast, you can actually feel it. Like I can feel clutter in a room.
Right.
In my aura, because it feels like it's bombarding me. It feels really loud.
You feel it.
You feel it.
Absolutely. So the Breatharian journey again, what you got to do? You got to start working not only inside, but outside. So you can get a better flow of energy. Now this is going to get good now, because we're going to talk about bad energy. Yeah, there's bad energy. Oh, ain't no good or bad. Yeah, it is. It'll make you sick. You got to get educated.
That's true.
So, now listen to this number 2. So Feng Shui is linking the destiny of man, now this is what it says, to his environment. Your destiny is in the environment. Feng Shui is going to link you to your environment.
Whoa.
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 And it aims to ensure that people live in harmony with their surroundings. That's what we've been talking about, living one with nature. Living in one with your surroundings. It's going to link you to it. And the whole idea behind all religions was its relationship to God and man. But let's take out that word God. Now we say nature and man. The universe and man. It don't matter what word we use there. You are in a relationship with something. And you got to live that way. The rules ain't changing. Whoa. Oh, man. Here we go now. So the breatharian journey, you can sit up there and eat a salad all you want. If you're living in filth, you still being affected.
For sure. And also, too, the filth is also in here.
Right.
The people that are criticizing, condemning, complaining, finding what's wrong all the time, finding fault. And Amma said today, be strong, be happy.
Right.
In spite of your circumstance, be strong, be positive.
Be positive.
Be encouraging. Find out what's good that you can contribute so that you can add good energy to that field.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Putting it down.
To the field.
The field.
Positive thoughts pays off. I don't care what nobody says. If you're a positive person, you're going to have a good life. I hate hanging with negative people. I do. I get away from them. I had a good friend one time. Good people. But they drained you. Every time it come out of their mouth, phone rang. Walking down the street, car pull out. Talking negative. I said, I got to get away from them. That's just it. That's food. That's nourishment. It's either going to pull from you or give it to you. And then I had a person who talked so positive, you like being around that person. I magnetize people to me because I'm positive.
That happened all day today.
All day.
Yeah, all day people were coming up and they were like, you guys are so shiny. And we're like, okay, so we're cultivating that love and shining back at people.
We're feeding people.
Right.
I ain't had to go say, come over to the house at 6 o'clock when I had dinner.
Yeah.
We're just feeding people just by being positive.
Right.
That's nourishment. That's Feng Shui.
That's a good point.
We cleaned out the place.
Yeah, we were feeding people, loving people. Yeah, that's true.
That's what Amma was doing, hugging people, feeding them.
Right. Another kind of nutrition.
Another kind of nutrition.
Love is the most healthy. You know what? Love is the most healthy nutrition because babies that don't get love, even if they get food, die.
Right. Absolutely. And I think there was a quote today where she said, love conquers all things. And love what? Well, it feeds you.
Love feeds you. She did say that.
She
Love
did
feeds
say that. Here we go again. But what is love? See, that word is so loose again. In the English terminology, it's an action word. To love somebody. Right? So it's an action word. That means it ain't got nothing to do with the words. It's the actions you put behind it. The intent.
And the feeling. Because
right.
You were loving people, 60 feet out. Like you could feel the love coming off your energy. Yeah. Because
you're thinking positive. You care about your temple. You putting that energy out. And when we just sent it up, we changing the matrix. We feeding everybody. You bringing everything back in harmony. So again, in your private spaces when you're in a journey, it's your job to make the crooked way straight. Now, what did that mean? You'll go on some places where the environment is messed up. But if you're powerful enough and understand the game, your job is to straighten it out.
Right. So if somebody comes in with a low vibe, you can always redirect the energy and find what's good about the situation instead of agreeing and complaining and bringing it down.
Right. We're going to call that Breatharian Kung Fu. That's Breatharian Kung Fu. Right. You fighting. Constantly. You redirecting the energies. Boom, boom.
Right.
And you winning.
That's so powerful.
Right. You just don't run away talking about my vibration too high and I just can't go. Now you gotta go down there and fight. But it's another fight we talking about.
Breatharian Kung Fu.
You just don't let the negative energy just win and just tear up everything. You don't let a 2-year-old kid just run to the house tearing it up. You grab them, you sit them down. Don't do it no more. That's what you do.
That's important because right now it's hard because people want to be politically correct, and so the freedom of speech is to let people just run all over the field, and honestly that's not really healthy if the people are draining the life force.
Right. If they're draining the life force, and we all know that. I remember one time they tried to fool me about it was just my opinion because I brought up something. And I said, no, it ain't just my opinion. I felt the energy of it, and everybody else here did.
Yeah.
That's overriding factor. The energy just went down.
Right.
It dropped. We all felt it.
Yeah.
Off of that incident.
Yeah.
Now we got to bring it back up.
Right.
Oh, man. See, it's real now. It's the breatharian journey.
Right.
So, because you can't have a holy person living in an unholy place.
Right.
That don't make sense. You're either going to have to get up and move and go find a place to compensate your mentality, or you're going to have to transform it to fit your mentality.
Exactly.
That's why in the scriptures, what? The resurrection, Moses first came into the knowledge. Second, he couldn't stay in Egypt no more. He had to leave.
Wow.
That's the resurrection. Right. I got to leave because I can't live here.
Because you keep upgrading the frequency.
You keep upgrading the frequency.
And
and if they don't want to change, you got to leave.
Right. Or if the frequency's too high, they have to bump off.
Right.
Because if you're cultivating an energy field and the people don't want to make that jump up, the shift up, it'll be uncomfortable.
Right. And
they'll have to go back to their comfort zone, which is where their mediocrity is because we constantly have to change. We're growing.
Right. And I get people call me all the time talking about, they give me this chaotic life act that they got. It cannot be a breatharian. No. Not with that life.
You got to make changes.
You got to make changes. That's why we talk about the correction period. The correction is you got to look at your life and see where you can make the changes so you can better cultivate yourself. Because that what you got going on right now ain't going to happen. I'll give you an example. 3 or 4 boyfriends or girlfriends. You're arguing with them. Kids running all over the place. You got a job you hate. That is not the breatharian cultivation.
Right. Right. And also, too, when you're raising your consciousness, you're thinking in multiple positions, not just about yourself, me, what do I want, what do I want. You're thinking about, is this nurturing my partner to cheat on them? No, not to have 5 girlfriends. Is this nurturing my child to let him run around without any structure or discipline? No, it's not. So there does have to be structure.
The energies is pulling. There have to be structure before you can even begin. So people ask me, when I started my breatharian journey, where did it begin? I'm going to tell you where it began. When I noticed I got sick from me running around. And I got a job to where it paid enough to where I was comfortable, but all my other cultivation went on me. That was my breatharian journey.
And that's discipline, because you have to say no to the money that's unhealthy. Like you said, that you want to work overtime, and you said no to the boss.
No, they know not to even ask me.
Right.
Over a period of time, don't even ask him. He ain't working over.
Right.
And if I can't afford it with the money I made, I don't need it. That's what kind of stance you got to take.
And you get peace of mind.
And you get a peace of mind.
And
that's
more
valuable.
That's priceless.
Because perfect health is time management.
Oh, say that again.
Perfect health is time management.
I want to ring a bell on that. Ding, ding, ding.
It is. You gotta kind of fight for it. Just to put your foot down to where that time is for you. Whoa, that's the breatharian journey. I didn't know you used to start. You got to straighten things out, because we are an animal or a being that makes us different than other animals. We could change our environment more than any other animal can. So you can do it. We do it all the time. That's what we do. So act like you can't.
Where the big question is priorities.
Your priorities.
Where's your priority to reorganize and restructure your life? What do you do first, and what do you do always? What's brushing your teeth? What gets left by the side?
Right.
Most of the time people leave exercise and meditation last.
Right.
And money's first.
Right. That's a big one, ain't it?
Big one.
And everybody deals with it. It's the nature of the beast. But that's your wilderness. That's your wilderness that everybody has to go through. Oh, man.
And when you say wilderness, what do you mean by that?
Wilderness is a time where you are walking a path in life where you're trying to seek inward, but you're still being pulled by all these external vices because you were born into it.
You're born into it.
You're born into it. So it ain't your fault. It ain't saying that you're weak and you ain't spiritual. But that's your wilderness, because you have to go into your own self-realization about the power that's in you, and it's going to have to be drawn out. In other words, don't be even mad at somebody because they didn't help you. Well, I'm mad at somebody because I was going through something and they wasn't there for me. They weren't meant to be there for you.
That's when you have to get
You
self-actualize.
got to go stand on your own 2 feet. You should thank them for not being there.
Right, remember when we were walking the beach and you said, remember the whole poem about God and the footprints, and there was only one set?
Yeah.
And we were saying, you know, the original one is, well, Jesus said, well, that's when I was carrying you. But now the new upgraded story is, that's when you allowed me to be one with you.
Exactly.
So that God being his inner strength.
Strength.
So you can grow up on your own.
Absolutely.
You got to grow up.
In other words, get off the training wheels. So that's your own personal wilderness before you make your crossover. So this is getting good. Now there's bad feng shui, bad energy.
Woo!
Now sometimes we'll blame it on the people, but this is what it's saying in feng shui. There could be bad energy in your house. Now listen at this. In the house.
In the house.
Now a house and a home is 2 different things. A house is okay, you got a structure to stay in. But you really don't like being home. You ever see people like that? They really don't like being home much. They run in everywhere else. But a home is comfortable. I remember this one guy, that's what made me upgrade my house one time, where they had a house that was fun to be at.
Right.
That's awesome, ain't it?
Right.
They had a house that was fun to be at. So that clicked in my mind. That's why I said, make your life into a retreat. Ding! And I began to upgrade my own life. My house should be comfortable to where it's fun to be at. Not to get away from. That's when you got a home.
Right. And that's funny, because if your body is your home and people are disassociating and they're not grounded, they don't walk their body, they don't wash their body, they don't clean their body, they don't fast.
You don't like yourself. Low self-esteem. You don't want to be home.
Whoa.
You don't care about dying.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Whoa. That's like, whoa.
That's real, ain't it?
You're speaking the truth now.
Right. So you got to get to the point where you're comfortable with yourself. You like the way you look. You like life. I don't care what everybody else says what's on the magazine. This is the house I'm working in. I love me. You got to love yourself at that type of level where you are home.
Right, you're home.
Instead of the lights is on and nobody's home.
There's no place like home, Dorothy. Come on.
There's no
come
place
on back.
like home.
Come on back. Come up that yellow brick road and come on back, Dorothy.
That's why the immortal message ain't for everybody. A lot of people don't like themselves.
Right. And that's what we're talking about, the unconscious suicide. They just keep doing the wrong. Like if you know cigarettes causes cancer, why are you still smoking?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like why are we
Self-hate.
But it's a subconscious level.
Right.
I'm missing it. I heard juicy stuff about.
We're filming.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
I want to go over that again.
Oh man, that's heavy, ain't it?
I didn't get all of it. I just know it was good.
Yeah, because we were talking about how feng shui, right?
Yeah.
That's rearranging stuff, but it's also relating to the physical body.
Yes.
But dealing with the self-esteem, a house is different than a home, because I was telling her I met a couple who people really love being at their house or their home. It was fun to be at. Mm-hmm. That was heavy. Mm-hmm. But it's the same with the physical body. Mm-hmm. A lot of people struggle with self-esteem issues and stuff like this and do things to tear up the house because they don't like themselves. Mm-hmm. And I met a man one time who said, I don't like myself. That was hardcore. Mm-hmm. Had a serious face. Mm-hmm. I don't even like myself. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people like that. It is understandable due to whatever you've been through in life, different experiences. So getting to love yourself again, that's part of the Breatharian journey. It goes way beyond eating or not eating. That's why I say enjoy yourself. At least stay on the path and make it fun so you can learn yourself again. Other than that, that's a long road, ain't it?
Self-esteem.
Right.
Self-esteem. And you got to talk to yourself, because the voice talking to yourself the most is yourself.
That's right.
We used to laugh at it, but that Saturday Night Live used to come on and that man be in the mirror. I really love myself. I'm going to have a good day today. We laughing, but that's what you have to do. They even got to what? Affirmations now on YouTube. I am this. I am that. I am this. You got to do it.
I am this.
To pick you up out of that rut.
What's his name?
Even in the scriptures, I guess they said David had to encourage himself.
Yeah.
Fighting with Saul, there wasn't nobody there to encourage you.
Right.
Be a cheerleader. It ain't going to happen.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So even when I'm teaching the Breatharian message, I'm talking to myself. That's why I created that community center that time for. It was to talk to myself. You can do it. You can stay in there. They think I'm talking to them.
That's what the good teachers say. They
Right.
say, I'm learning in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning in the process.
Learning. Talking to yourself over and over again.
In conditioning, yeah.
And one time I had my headphones on, some girl was like, what song are you listening to? I was the one I made. I was singing to myself. I was listening to my own music.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Over and over
She
again.
said that to me.
Oh, right. So this is negative stuff right here. So now this is get deep. If your bedroom has weak and unstable negative energy, it will weaken your personal energy and can have a detrimental effect on the quality of your relationships.
Mm-hmm.
The bedroom energy.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Sure.
And not only that bedroom energy, but also who's in the bed with you that has the energy. Because if you have,
Oh, yeah.
like you said before, if you're in a relationship and you're looking at the person that wants to be spiritual and you're looking at their partner
Right.
and they're drinking or smoking or, having weird habits,
Right.
They can only go so far.
We used to watch those older movies like back in the day where the mom and pop be sleeping in 2 different beds in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird, but now it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because you got I know people like this twin flame stuff and all this other stuff. We're just alike. No, you're not.
You're not. No, you're not.
We're not going to go hit it on the head. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
They got their own energy. You got your own signature. So when you sleeping at night, you at least want to heal yourself with your signature. And then if something happened to them, you ain't going to have enough energy to pick them up because they got used to your energy.
Yep.
And one can drain another one and all this other stuff. People got to get educated again. Oh, man.
Yep. Yep. Fundamental thing.
The fundamental.
It's a very fundamental.
That's feng shui again. And they said your bed is the most important feng shui piece of furniture in your life. That's where you recuperate. Even Dracula on the movies, he be in his own casket.
Right.
So you can recuperate.
And that's where you spend most of your time.
That's where you spend most of your time. Well,
Well, not you, because you sleep 2 hours a night.
At
but
least a third. No
Right.
less than a third.
the average person
More.
spend a lot of time
Yeah.
Exactly.
in
No
that
less than a
coffin.
third. Right
Yeah.
in that bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where all that, and what we said, sleep is unconscious meditation.
That's right. That's where, and that's what
Yeah.
I was telling her about running. I was like, when I was doing a whole lot of running, on top of sleeping, I was getting that forced meditation. So I
Right.
had meditation and sleep, and then when I'm out there running, I was again another forced meditation. So
Right.
that was 2/3 of my day, or at least 8 hours sleep, or 8 or 10 hours sleep, and then 2 hours of exercise.
Right.
So that was added on to it. Now I had 12, 14 hours of positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, this is good.
Yeah.
So your bed is the most important piece of furniture, and that makes sense. When a person's sick, the doctor say get plenty of rest. So therefore, on the Breatharian journey, this is why we relate it now. Even though we talk about you'll sleep less and you'll gain all this energy, you're at least going to go through a time period of healing where you might sleep a lot. So if you're going to sleep, sleep good. I remember I used to have all these big old pillows all. Right, I was sleeping good until the body healed itself. It could pick itself
Got
up.
Yeah, now you don't need as much
Right,
sleep. Yeah,
but you're going to go through that same. But if you're going to sleep, sleep good.
that's what I was doing. I for a long time here in LA, I was 9 o'clock. I was in the house and I was like doing my thing.
Right. Oh man. But this is all feng shui. The bedroom, the most important piece of furniture. Now this is one. Now we're going to talk about positive energy. And everybody should get this one. But positive energy, and this is the basics again, going back to the basics. Enjoy nature. That's a good one. Enjoy nature. Being in the house all the time, it does stagnate the energy, but if that's where you at, that's where you at. But enjoy nature. Getting out into the negative ions that nature provides automatically is a healing feature. Walking on the beach. I can't wait to go tomorrow.
We're gonna do that live tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do that live. We're doing this live, but tomorrow, if you guys want to join us, we're gonna be at the beach around like 9.
Right.
And we're gonna
California time.
Right at the Rainbow Lifeguard stand in Venice. So if you want to come out and do live Feng Shui with everybody, we would love to have you guys come on out and be with us.
And that's part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
That comes with the territory. That's Feng Shui.
Exactly.
And when we're doing those Qigong, we ain't looking at it like that. That's Feng Shui. You're setting the body up in the right position to get enough unseen forces to heal the body and the mind.
So you're a conductor of electricity, and you're just harnessing the free energy, like Nikola Tesla, like you're like
That's
a
all
Tesla
we're doing.
coil.
Yep.
And then you're charging it, and you say that radiates in your bones. It holds the charge.
It goes to the bones first. When you first start getting into energy practice, it gets into the fluids.
Yeah.
The blood flow, hemoglobin, lymphatic system. Then it start going into the muscles. Then it start going into the bone.
Right.
But when it goes into the bone, it lasts forever. So that's why when they do carbon dating on old bones and stuff, they can kind of see how long it's been here by the radiation that's been here. So that's why we say when a person ages, you actually get stronger. We ain't noticed. We think the young person got all that energy. But that in the eyes of the universe, the more you be in this realm, you're getting radiated more and more each year, year after year, day after day. So you get at least 36 x-rays a year just living. Just living. That just depends on your demographics. So that means you get an older person's bone, but see the reason why it looked bad because of their lifestyle. See, that's why we're coming back with this lifestyle thing. You should continue with more energy. This is it looking good now, huh? We're changing around the ball field. So enjoying nature. And then we got what? This is the one Amma was talking about. Performing acts of kindness.
Selfless service.
Selfless service.
Selfless service.
That's one of the best lives you can live, being kind, helping people.
Right.
Oh,
and not
man.
expecting anything in return.
And not expecting anything in return.
Yeah, just help because you
Amma was so happy today. As soon as she came out, I was looking at her aura. Whoa! That's all she living it.
Supercharged.
Supercharged. It ain't even got nothing to do with diet.
No, she
she was just helping people.
Radiating. She was radiating.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I was sobbing.
Just to give your all.
Wow.
That's
just one being.
That's one being.
One being that wakes up every day and has selfless service and random acts of kindness changes the whole world.
Right. And then this is the good one. Develop an attitude of gratitude. To be grateful.
For everything.
For everything. And usually a person starts crying after they lose something. I wasn't grateful for it before. I see it all the time. One man that was ashamed, he caught a stroke, 60 years old, which was young.
Wow.
And somebody said, if only, when they was walking on the grass, he said, I'll do anything to be able to walk on the grass again. But he was saying, these young people or people or whatever are not grateful for not being able to walk. And he was just like that. And that hit me. I was sitting there, I was supposed to be talking to him, but I'm sitting there like, man, I can walk. Let me get out and start walking. This is something, ain't it?
That's huge. That's huge. Like
Oh,
I learned
man.
that when I was little. Like just to walk from here
Yeah,
to the
you
car.
went through your battle.
Well, I remember the first time I was able to walk again, just from my house to the car without pain. And you remember how you said, when you're in health, you don't notice your body.
Right.
Only when it's sick does it come up, and then you appreciate it. So
Yeah.
when my legs got taken away, from that moment on, that was my calling.
Now it's your calling.
Health and fitness, take care of the body.
Right.
You only got one body.
You only got one. Oh, man. Go full go with it. This is what we're talking about. Oh, man, this is heavy, ain't it? So develop an
Attitude.
attitude for gratitude. Boy, I might as well make a song with that. Oh man.
Thank you, Athena. Thank you, Elitom.
Yeah, to be
Thank
grateful.
You, thank you. I love you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oh man.
Because it feels good. I mean, chemically, when you thank somebody,
Yeah.
you have different chemicals coming in your brain, and it makes you more positive.
Oh, absolutely. That's something, ain't it? To be grateful for everything. And I see people crying about some stuff sometimes. You're like, okay, we got you. It could be anything. Breathing.
I do it now and then myself. So.
Yeah, it kicks in because we want to, all right. Got some cheese to go with that? Already got laughing.
Laughing.
See,
Super healthy.
this is all simple stuff. Positive people. Here go another one. Now, I'll just talk about the woman who was draining me just for being negative all the time. That was serious. I'll be sitting there like this after I get done. I gotta get rid of her. Oh man.
Well, they say that certain marriages, if you're married to somebody, that they could shorten your lifespan because
Right.
of the complaining or the anger or draining.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a lot of relationships like that. And then last but not least, take a mental break. Whoa. We need time alone. Mental fasting is another one. I'm going to talk more about that in the next retreat we have. When you don't even get a thoughts, no power, whether it's positive or negative, you just observe them, but you need time alone. Get away from everybody. Sometimes a person can just be, they mean well, but just don't want to tune in right now. You're into yourself. You listen to your own voice. I notice I talk to myself the most like everybody else do, but I like talking to myself. So I like having that conversation at times. It don't mean no harm, so I know when I got to get away from a person. When I find myself snapping, wanting to tell them be quiet, I got to go. So, right, we all get like that. I want to talk to myself right now, so that's another one. Now, everything I just said was just simple, basic stuff. We got away from the basics. Because like I said, when I got sick, before I even got on the Breatharian journey, all the basics was gone. Chasing money, staying up long hours, doing this, doing that, running here, running there. Basics was gone. Couldn't enjoy nature. Where at? Couldn't laugh no more because you're too tired. I got 2 hours of sleep yesterday, but I'm going to make this paycheck. And my health up there is getting hit.
Right.
Arguing with people.
Right.
That's what happened. And come back into the basics. This is the happiest I've ever been in life. Whoa. This is heavy, ain't it? And it don't even cost nothing. Man.
I was going to say one of the things that I saw today at Ama's is hundreds of volunteers.
Yeah.
They were smiling in service.
Volunteers.
They weren't complaining, criticizing, condemning. They weren't worried about their own problems.
Right.
And so oftentimes when we're only fixated on our own problems or complaining about things, we're missing the opportunity to serve.
Missing an opportunity. That's
like
it.
you could go help somebody.
Right.
They volunteered and they loved it.
And keep this in mind. Let's rechange it now. Okay. You said one woman doing all of that armor, but it's not one woman. She's an entity of many people.
Yes.
She's the figurehead. Everybody there was armor, if you want to say that. They're all under one roof. So everybody's doing that. She don't sign the paycheck. She don't even know who it is. It's coming from different, so we got to keep that in mind too, because some people just want to say, the only way I'm doing something good is I'm the head.
Right.
But if the foot gone, you know this is gone.
I think that's beautiful. I think that's really beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, and that's true.
So people need to get that in mind. It was all one entity. That's all it was. Going all around the world.
Now we're talking about omnipresence.
Omnipresence.
There you are. Everybody's you. Anybody you're complaining about is you. Anybody you're grateful for is you. Anybody that's helping is you.
Right.
There's a sea of us.
Absolutely.
A sea of we.
Man.
A sea of we.
This is good.
Right.
So the Breatharian journey again is way beyond that other stuff. Setting up a fasting plan. They ain't got nothing to do with that. It's all these other things to kick into play. The feng shui of your life, bringing more energy into it. And then when you eat, it don't even mean nothing because you enjoy it. That's what's happening. And then pretty soon when you keep loving yourself and going that other direction, that'll start pulling itself off. You off into something else. How's this happening? Man, going back to the basics. So the Feng Shui again, the wind and water, subtle energies. And we're just scratching the surface. This is just the third level I was telling the girl today of Kriya Yoga, which is 7 different levels. Now, I didn't even know what Kriya Yoga was. I heard about it until I went to India. I heard about it before, but I wasn't into it like that. I was already teaching their doctrine. I just showed you was on there's a message going throughout. And I didn't know he was brought Kriya Yoga to America, autobiography for a yogi. But I just happened to run into that teaching out of Yogi Ashram, teaching Kriya Yoga. That's at the third level. They go full freedom right there. That's just at the third level. This is minor. But the girl said something real big today. So I said it's minor, but she said, no, it's not minor. This will change the whole fabric of the planet. And when I was at the retreat, we was talking about that immortality thing, where the elites of the planet is working on it. They said millions of people, this is what they said, if they choose to, going to hit immortality.
Mr. Nobody. If you guys want to watch Mr. Nobody, they say it's kind of science fiction, but really you're saying it's science fact. We have the ability to live.
That's what they said.
As long as we.
I got the article right.
As long as we want, if we take care of the house.
That's what they're talking about.
If we feng shui the house.
That's what they're talking about. I read it right at the retreat. It's a science fact. They said millions of people, if they choose to, will see immortality. Oh man, so we didn't achieve it. It's just a thought away. It's a lifestyle. Everybody can catch on to this.
Yeah. What did you? Mr. Nobody is one thing,
Mr.
and then
Nobody.
you guys read something that.
Right. That's in the Guardian magazine and also the Sun magazine. I got the articles right in the room talking about. All you gotta do is look at Google. Who's working on immortality? It's right here in Silicon Valley. The elites of the planet. I mean, they pumping big money into it. They believe the scriptures, but the average person don't. Well, I do. And they say that not only scientists and top minds, also enthusiasts.
It says it in the scriptures.
Right.
Yeah.
In other words, death shall be swallowed up in victory. Death, where is your sting? You know, scriptures like that. You're supposed to defeat death. Death is a byproduct of a way of thinking. Right. That's where it comes about at. If we can reprogram ourselves, we got enough information now, go for it. That's a big thing to go for. This ain't even no laughing matter no more. What was it? 15 years ago, some guy was like, I felt sorry for people when they tried to tease me and then something happened to him.
Oh, yeah.
When he was eating his steak, look, Elitom, look. And then pretty soon, a week later, he passed away. I was like, oh, yeah. But that's what's happening. People get foolish with it.
This is a serious business because so many people that are not educated still think that eating meat isn't linked to cancer or to premature death. And it is, scientifically, and it's nothing about being judgmental.
Right.
It's linked to cancer.
Linked to it.
It's linked to cancer.
And look at that word you use, link. They say Feng Shui is a way to link a person back to their surrounding environment, which should be healthy. That's what we're talking about.
Right, for longevity.
So that's why I tell people I live in a breatharian world, because I'm living a happy life. And everywhere I go, that's just the way it is, but it's a thought process. Like the girl asked me today, and I listened at this thought process. We're sitting there at Alma's thing, and she said, what do you think is going to happen with the condition of the world? That's how she's talking to me. And I said,
right.
Well, there's some good, bright things. We live in a good age. This is the golden age. She looked at me like this.
Right.
I said, what's hurting us right now? Well, nothing. All right. Where did you get that from? I'm the one traveling around the world. Everywhere I go, it's like this. Ain't nothing harming me. It's in your head.
Right.
That's where it was.
The negative thoughts are in your head.
What was you talking about? We're having a good time now. What makes you like, yeah? Well, what are you talking about?
Right. Right.
But she's looking at the whole world as in the chair in her own mind.
Right.
That's the trap.
Maybe that's where they came up with brainwash.
Brainwashing.
You need to wash your brain.
Well, I want to say this. There's a Japanese anime about a girl who is like a Buddha consciousness little girl.
Right.
And the TV programs tsunamis and earthquakes and rain, and she, with her mind, says, no, that's not true. But because they imagined it, they went through the chaos, and it actually wasn't true.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're thinking negative thoughts and you're complaining a lot, you are bringing catastrophes into your vibration.
Into your
and
vibration.
you'll experience that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not experiencing that. You're experiencing heaven
Right.
on earth. I'm experiencing heaven on
So
earth.
that's why I told her that's an indication that your heart chakra's closed. So your heart chakra
Right.
goes out further from the body. And if the rest of them is blocked, that's how you see in the planet. That's the indication.
And you said it 500 times.
500 times
500
more
times your
stronger
your heart 500 times stronger creates a field.
than the field.
And so your aura, let's say just say an average person is 5 or 6 feet if they're healthy. Now if
Right.
someone's dying, their aura is coming in closer. But if you're a positive person, you're sending out positive vibrations. Now you and Amma, you're sending out a huge field over the planet. That because every day you're doing this qigong and you're considering the planet in between your hands. So you're blessing the planet. So you were telling that girl, you're saying Kali Yuga, but I'm saying the golden age.
Right, the golden age.
And that's what I've been saying, the golden
And that's
age.
all you see.
Heaven on
Information
earth.
running to you. You meet good people. That's what you draw into you. But in her mind, and a lot of people like that until you break them out of that prison. It's a mental prison.
I think she cracked after you said that, though. She was like, huh, you're right, it is beautiful here.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time. But before she said that, she thought I was going to entertain that conversation. Let's go into the dark zone. Well, I was like, what you talking about?
So let me ask you a question, though, for all the people out there. When you're beaming your light and a dark zone comes in, what is the way to keep the light stable?
Oh, talk to it. Tell it, get from behind me. Ain't that what Jesus said? Get from behind me. It ain't like it ain't going to come. So what? That's the voice talking.
So that's when you do your, what do you say, kung fu?
Yeah, you do your kung fu.
Your
You
breatharian
reflect it.
kung fu?
Right. Your mind is powerful enough to defeat negativity.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Right?
Every time.
It's just the way it is. You just got to know your power again. Because the thoughts are so powerful, they're the ones dictating everybody's life. Now, if you know that your thoughts have that much power, what you got to do? Take over your own thoughts. Dictate them the way you want them to think. That's what this training is about. That's the breatharian journey.
So you're saying the breatharian journey is more of a consciousness than it is about food at all.
Absolutely. It's a consciousness.
Well, that's a great place to start.
And you know you got it because there's no what? Suffering, no pain, no poverty. You're happy. That comes with it. And there's no death. We might as well go there. That's how you know.
Yeah.
What else you supposed to think?
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you present that, the normal, standard American diet, or immortality, happiness, joy, positivity, frequency, heaven on earth, what kind of decision is that?
It's something. That's how
It's so easy.
That's how you think. It ain't something I'm making up. It'll come with the territory when energy start flowing. It takes you over. That's what happens.
Well, I mean, I have to say, I want to just give a little testimonial because I've been with him now. Oh gosh, it's been almost 3 weeks. This will be our 3rd week together, and I have seen you materialize without even asking. I mean, gifts, front of the line, hugs. You got to sit up in the free section, and we got to sit right next to Amma and watch Amma for like 20 minutes. I don't even know how we got there. We got in the front of the line, we went right up to the thing, and then we got escorted at the front to sit next to her while she was giving darshan. And so, like, I mean, there's a constant flow of people just, like, loving you.
Oh, and the girl we
gifting
meant
you.
to go to, what we do our thing in Hollywood?
Oh, so this was brilliant. So you remember Liberate Hollywood? Many of you guys know Christine Dam at Liberate Hollywood. She's an incredible light worker, and she has a powerful vision about liberating certain, pockets of humanity. And so here we are. We're in the front row, right?
Right.
And there's like hundreds of people, and immediately Christine goes, Athena, Athena. She comes up, and then boom, we introduce each other, but then we got separated, and then our line went forward, we got held back, and now we're right next to her, and you spent like 45 minutes next to her.
Right, now we got something hooked up.
Now we're going to do a lecture at
There's
Liberate
no
Hollywood.
coincidence. See, there we go again.
I mean, out of all of the people, you went right to the top.
Right. It ain't no miracle no more, but that's what we talk about. It's a consciousness. And if we're saying everything is mind, dealing with what the emerald tablets, all this start becoming real. And science is going there now. Consciousness. What is it? Can't describe it, but everything is conscious.
Right.
The way you're thinking, that's how your perception and that's how your life is going.
And we can take that back to music and frequency, because if you have a discordant energy, you are going to have discord.
Right. Discordant, off beat, off tune, to being in tune.
Attunement.
Attunement.
That's what that book is teaching.
That's what we're going over. Oh man. So this is good. So soon, yeah, we got to teach how to this too.
Oh,
Chapter
because you read
14.
for chapter 14.
The chapter 14 is talking about the experience.
Yukteswar touches him on the chest.
Yeah, and it's called the experience in consciousness.
It's called cosmic consciousness.
Yeah, cosmic consciousness. Now, when we're doing that Qigong, don't we talk about the cosmic energy? See, we're calling it that, but I guess that's consciousness. If you're living outside of yourself and that's what it is, and it start coming more into your body, that's why you start thinking different.
Also, too, I want to say, so we went to Paramahansa Yogananda's Lake Shrine on Sunday. We took our whole group there, and the monk started talking exactly the same verbiage that you were talking about.
Oh, man.
Of electrically energizing the body with cosmic energy. And you
With
were saying
cosmic
that
energy.
It's always raining on us.
That's what we're doing.
Sun or moon.
And look what kind of life we're living. Not only are we going to the beach in the morning to do that, I'll be doing it all night.
Right.
You live in it. I'll be in the bed like this. I'd have showed y'all the laying down, Qigong. That's how you're thinking.
And the last day of the retreat, Elitom got the bicycles fixed. We went down to the beach, and in the dark at like 7:30 at night, we went on a star bike ride for 5 miles. And he's like, there's cosmic energy. Let's go get it. So we went down by the ocean, got negative ions, and my daughter Elitom and I biked 5 miles in the dark.
5 miles in the dark. Oh man.
And we left energized.
I got a big bike ride coming up Sunday. I'm going down to Inglewood.
Woo!
Uh-oh. That's only 20 miles from here. But we'll go roll hard. But
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. We're having fun again.
And you walk
Feng Shui.
You walk like 5-6 miles just the other day, just going to the store.
That's Feng Shui again.
Wow.
You start looking at life totally differently. Not taking things for granted. I got legs, so let me go walk. Whoa, this is what we're doing. Let me get on the bike again back when I was 10 years old. You ain't outgrow it. You're being grateful again. You still can do it. Man. Because I see many, they got those regrets of older people who's about to die. I don't even want to go over that list.
No.
But what?
Right.
But one of them was, now this is serious. I should have took better care of my health. That's where we at.
All right, I want to go on a bike ride, dude.
Yeah.
And when we said at least go for it, you know what I mean? We're not saying just give up altogether. Everybody got to die. Okay, probably will. We all know. But at least go for it.
Right. Yeah. Last year I bought roller skates.
Yeah.
I hadn't been roller skating since middle school. And my daughter wanted some. So I was like, you know what? That seems like it's doable for me. So I got roller skates with her, and I started roller skating in Venice. And just walking with you, like we go out 2 or 3 times a day. We walk down to the block and come back. I started, like you said, charging my bones, and now my body's craving walking.
Craving it.
I never thought I would crave walking.
You start craving
it. You start craving it.
You know, once the body start getting a certain way, and then you quit and start craving it. Let's go again. So start that cycle, and that's going to be our next thing, to showing people how to start a cycle. It's easier said than done. It ain't easy. Absolutely not. You're in one cycle, try to go into another one. We got to go do some hot yoga too, Ramon. I'm going with you next time.
I just joined it.
Oh, man.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
I just bought 10 sessions.
Oh, man. See, here we go.
So now you can walk there, do your yoga, and walk back and really charge your body up.
Yeah, so next week I'll probably go a day with you.
All right. We'll get you the free membership for a week.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm going to be jamming now.
Yeah, we should all do that. That's going to be
right. Great. Immortality, here we come. We are here. Well, this is good, Deb. So we can wrap this up, huh? Do you want to close with a song?
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll do the same thing that Amma's having everybody do. So Ammaji, the Hugging Saint, she's in town, and this is the first year ever, I think since 1987, she's been coming to America. She's actually come to Hollywood. And remember, the people were talking to us about that Amma had a special message because Hollywood's like the throat chakra.
Right.
The movie industry is projecting out these messages to the global vision on what's important. And when she's saying is not complaining, but
Right.
having compassion, having kindness, and being loving towards people, because that's what they need the most. Is they need
Yeah.
more love and more encouragement, and to be able to love yourself. If we can have compassion for ourselves, we can have compassion for our
Oh man.
our beings.
And I like how she said that Hollywood is like the voice that's broadcasted out to the world. We got the Breatharian message here now. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Well, you said that about Paramahansa Yogananda, that he came over in the 20s and he was talking about yoga, and then what happened? Like, yoga went all over the world.
Well, went all over the world. So we're about to broadcast it tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it started, this is interesting, it started in India, but it didn't get really popular until it came to America with the Beatles and, the Maharishi. And then you
Man.
started over here in the West, and then you went back to the East and got them into Breatharianism, because
Right.
in India, even though they were doing yoga,
Right.
which is thousands of years old, they weren't doing the third pillar,
Right, the third pillar was ripped out the book, saying
food free.
you're food free basically. Your thirst and your hunger would decrease. Just being on those levels of what? It just makes sense. Blood circulating through your asanas. You meditate and go more energy in the body. Your health will improve. So your food intake will go down.
Can you hand me that book for a second? I want to show people something. Okay, so this book you can get at the Mystic Journey, but in the back there's a CD. This book is $10.
Yeah.
This is an amazing cosmic read for $10, and it definitely it has some serious content about what you're good at. But these stories in the back, he's got 2 of them where he talks about food
Food freedom.
freedom, and in the chapter.
This was over 100 years ago.
Can you believe it? 100 years ago.
Coming to America
Remember
to
he
tell it.
talked about, you said Teresa? Who was
Teresa Newman.
Yeah.
And then there's another chapter. I don't know the other woman's
But
name.
Teresa Newman, she didn't eat for what, 12, 15 years?
I'm not sure how long, but she
But
was
she had
over
like
a
one
year.
way for a day, and basically she was living on cosmic energy.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was because of her spiritual ability to radiate.
Here we are now.
She's
We're
radiant.
just going full circle.
Full circle, it's all possible. So
All right.
anyways, pick up that book and listen to the lecture because it's really fantastic.
And
It's
then we got
Andy Yogananda's
YouTube.
voice.
Guess what? I don't even read it. All I do is just go to the chapter on YouTube and they read it for me.
Isn't that amazing? It is on YouTube. It's on YouTube. And Kriyananda, one of his devotees. So if you can get the one where Kriyananda reads it, it's his devotee. It's definitely amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll just sing ourselves out here. Just praying for the planet. Beaming love and light and gratitude. I want to thank all the angels in the cosmos for bringing Amma to Hollywood. Boy, there's thousands of people right now on Hollywood and Vine, Hollywood and Highland, that are there praying with Amma and getting a hug. And all the money she raises helps millions of people, free hospitals, tsunami villages, relief, gardens, clean water. Beautiful. This is for you, Amma. We got our hug today. Sing with me. Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Sukino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Open your third eye and see me as light. Peel back the illusions. Let's all open our third eye. It's our birthright. Loka Samasta. Loka Samasta. Loka Samasta. Sukino Bhavantu. Let's all sing it a cappella. Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be happy and food free.
Oh, I love that. Food free.
Let's say one Om and then Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale, nice deep breath. Let's everybody Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.